Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex,
And I'm Gavin.
and today we're reviewing Monday Night Raw from July 17th.
This was an okay Raw.
I thought a number of the segments we'll get into were really good, but overall, yeah, I'd say it was okay. It was fine.
Well, let's just jump into it.
Okay, well, Ambrose is out to open the show, and he's out with a steel chair, and
Steely Dan.
he introduces us to Steely Dan, the steel chair. Not really much else he talks about. Kind of trashes on the Miz Taraj and such, as you would from the attack last week. He calls out the Miz, but Seth Rollins comes out instead. Rollins asks him if he'll be in his way or by his side. Ambrose basically still says he doesn't trust Seth Rollins, even though Rollins
was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, Rollins turned on 3 years ago. So Seth Rollins says Ambrose needs to move on and offers his back to him for Ambrose to hit with a steel chair.
As much as he wants.
Yeah, and he just stood there, which I thought was a really cool moment.
I like it.
I wanted Ambrose to hit him.
Me too. I thought he was.
Yeah, me too. I'm sad that he didn't. I think he should have. That would have made for a pretty cool moment. But instead, he kind of stood there for a while contemplating it, and then he threw the chair outside the ring. And The Miz came out. Kind of trashed on both of them.
Without Maurice.
Without Maurice. Yep.
Also,
Also,
actually smart.
Yeah, because stuff was about to go down also.
Yeah, she can't get hit.
No. Or she'll break up with him. Miz says no matter what, Dean Ambrose will never be able to beat him. And that kind of leads into Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas appearing at ringside, presumably from the crowd, with steel chairs. Miz grabs Ambrose's throne steel chair, aka Steely Dan, and they kind of jump on the apron like the Shield and beat on Ambrose and Rollins.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I like the Miz, of course.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's, in my opinion, just the best heel ever.
I don't really. It's a little bit much to say that immediately, but I'm not gonna. I don't have anyone to like be like, no, this guy is better. But yeah, sure.
You really can't think of anybody. So
Miz is really good. He's amazing. He should never be face.
No, of course
he was face for a little while. I think like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and he was absolutely nothing. No one cared about him, including myself. I was like, please turn him heel every single week.
That's how we are with Roman.
Yep, I was just about to say that's kind of like a Roman Reigns situation, except Miz is better than Roman Reigns in my opinion. Maybe not in the ring, but
yeah,
all around I think he is better.
He is.
You want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. It was a fine matchup. Well, okay, so a few minutes after the match started, Nia Jax came out. And like right when she came out, they went to a commercial break. So I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. She just ended up staying at ringside for the match until later on when she kind of tried to interfere against Bayley. Sasha Banks came out, attacked Nia Jax, and it caused Alexa Bliss to get distracted for a second, and it ended up Bayley getting the win. It was a distraction enough for Alexa Bliss to for Bayley to get the win.
Yeah, it was a fine match.
It wasn't long. Most of it was commercial break.
Yeah, it was, which is dumb.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Why do we have commercial breaks during the middle of matches?
A good question. We need time for promos. But to be fair, I didn't really want to see this match that much anyway. I knew it was only going to be 5 minutes. Maybe if it was on a pay-per-view, I'd be more interested. But the women's division on Monday Night Raw just isn't very entertaining most of the time.
It's really not. And that's really saddening.
Yeah, it shouldn't be the case.
No, it shouldn't.
SmackDown Live's doing great with theirs, in my opinion. I'm liking everything they're doing. Alright, so next, so later on in the night, Bliss has a SummerSlam match, of course, for a championship. And backstage, Kurt Angle is with Sasha Banks and Bayley. And they're kind of arguing over who deserves to face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Both of them say they deserve it, of course. And then Kurt Angle says, how about next week they have a number one contenders match, Bayley versus Sasha Banks.
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
They had two amazing, incredible matches in the past.
And they're both really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
I just hope they give them time.
Yeah.
Maybe make it the main event. They have a few more matches next week. They have another Balor and Samson match, which we'll get into that in a little while. And they have they advertised several matches.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, also backstage, I forgot to mention this at the time. Rollins and Ambrose with Kurt Angle, saying that they wanted to fight the Miz Taraj, and Angle made a handicap match. All the Miz Taraj, including the Miz, versus. Is the Miz in the Miz Taraj, or is the Miz Taraj just Axel and Dallas?
I think Miz Taraj is just both Dallas and Axel.
Okay, so well, the Miz and the Miz Taraj versus the shit. Not quite the full Shield, so they're just the shit. That's gonna be happening next week. So next up we have the Brian Kendrick and Drew Gulak versus what you wanted, Jack Gallagher and Mustafa Ali. Looks like they listened to us. Someone listened to us.
We finally get
They
Jack
wanted
Gallagher.
Jack Gallagher on there. I haven't been watching 205 Live, but he's apparently been in a feud with Brian Kendrick, though.
I haven't been watching 205 Live either. Probably need to.
Yeah, probably.
Just to see my favorite cruiserweight.
Yeah. Kendrick's on there too. Kendrick's great, and Drew Gulak's got a no-fly zone kind of against high flyers gimmick going on, which I kind of like. I seen on the YouTube channel WWE has Drew Gulak was apologizing for doing a top rope move during the Mustafa Ali match. He released like an official video apology because he used a high flying move, which I thought was perfect for that kind of character if you're gonna do it. So that made me like him a little bit. Before that, he was just kind of boring. Way back when he first kind of showed up on 205 Live in the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Not that long of a match. Mustafa Ali ends up getting the pin with a inverted 450 splash, which is beautiful.
Yes.
Mustafa Ali's great.
They all are.
Yeah, all of them. Brian Kendrick's amazing too. Brian Kendrick really shouldn't even be on the cruiserweight. I think he should be on SmackDown or something. But maybe he wouldn't do anything there. So
on SmackDown he would.
You think?
Yeah. It is SmackDown.
Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger's an exception. We don't know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah. I wish we did.
Yeah.
We lost to Mahal clean. That's not good.
Dumb.
Yeah. I know he's the world champ, but he shouldn't be, so. Hey, that's that. You want to move on?
Yeah.
Alright. Enzo Amore comes out to discuss. I almost called him once again Colin Cassidy. I'm still not used to calling him just Big Cass, which is dumb, but what are you gonna do, right? Enzo Amore is out to discuss Big Cass, and he talks about Cass running away from the Big Show last week. Then Big Cass, of course, comes out to these kind of. Enzo kind of went on for a while, but it's really difficult to keep track of what he's saying. He's amazing on the mic, but I just mean it's difficult
It's so much at once.
It's so much. It's difficult to wrap up in a couple sentences. So he just kind of egged on Big Cass, and Cass came out trying to fight Enzo, but Enzo said he's smarter than that. So he brought the Big Show out, kind of jumped into the crowd, stole a kid, and then Show and Cass started kind of fighting around ringside a little bit. They made their way back into the ring. Big Cass ended up beating down Big Show before Enzo Amore came in, but as soon as he stepped in the ring, he got a big boot, and Cass left both of them lying down. What do you think about this feud?
Well, I think it's just gonna turn into a Big Show, Big Cass kind of feud.
Yeah, probably. Enzo's gonna get phased out.
Yeah. I mean, like, really, all he's doing right now is instigating the fight.
Yep. Yeah.
Which I am perfectly good with, because Enzo he's good at it so far.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was trashing on Big Cass about running away from Big Show, but he ran away from Cass immediately.
Well, Cass is also like 3 feet taller than him.
Yeah, I know, but it just seemed a little bit hypocritical, even a little bit, that he just kind of rolled out of the ring immediately. If he would, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all, and I really don't have that much of a problem with it. But I wouldn't have one at all if he didn't say that about Big Cass. Or if he didn't mention that he would never do that, because he specifically said he wouldn't run away like that.
Yeah.
But he did immediately. I know it's a bit of a different situation, but that's that. You want to move on?
Sure.
Okay. Next, we have a rematch between Finn Balor and Elias Samson. This was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
I especially like the ending because I wanted this to happen, if you remember, a long time ago with Samson. They end up fighting around ringside about maybe 7 minutes into the match. I don't know. I lose track of time a lot because of commercial breaks.
I don't ever pay attention to time.
There was well, I try to keep track just so you can measure
just
how long
reference?
they get. Yeah, just for reference. But the commercial breaks kind of tear me apart.
Yeah.
So, Samson ends up getting his guitar after I noticed the barricade was just like open. I was like, why is that barricade open? And then I seen Samson grab a guitar. I was like, oh, they opened it for Samson to get a guitar. It was a little obvious that something was about to happen. But anyway, Samson grabs his guitar and smashes it over the shoulder and side of the head of Finn Balor.
That
and it cuts him open.
Painful.
Yeah, it looked terrible. They showed it a lot of times.
I loved it.
Me too. It wasn't a big cut or anything on Balor. He should be fine. Hopefully he doesn't have any kind of concussion or anything, but it didn't look like hard enough hit in his head to give him any kind of damage, just a little bit of a nick,
Yeah, just that little cut.
Yeah, it didn't bleed that much either. It bled for a couple seconds, then they wiped it, and then it was done. And Balor walked off before Bray Wyatt appeared on the Titantron and basically said that he's been watching Finn Balor, which here's another little nitpick thing I have. So a while back after what was it, the Superstar Shakeup?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt said he's going to be watching Finn Balor, and then last night, he said, Finn Balor, I bet you didn't expect to get hit with a guitar by Elias Samson. I bet you also didn't expect that I've been watching you. I'm like, what? No, you told him that like 3 months ago that you were going to be watching him.
Probably didn't take him seriously.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he did. They had like a match, didn't they? They had like a 2-week feud. Like, you're watching me, I'll fight you. And then Wyatt went on like, Roman Reigns is dumb, Seth is dumber. But anyway.
But he did beat Seth.
He did twice because of the same. They were both the same match, really, but their match on Raw was a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
Wyatt says he feels the need to punish Finn Balor, and that's pretty much all. He kind of goes away, and Balor's like, I gotta kill this guy. So, I wanted this to happen. I'm glad it did. I know I was just nitpicking at it, but that was just because I noticed that, and it doesn't really make that much sense. But I am excited for this, and I like it.
Me too.
I'm glad Finn Balor's leaving Elias Samson.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I hope. And Balor should go over, because at SummerSlam, I have a feeling we're going to once again get the Demon. And I said this was a perfect feud to do it, to reintroduce it. I think they're gonna. I think Balor's going over clean. If he's got the Demon, he should. I believe the Demon... Oh, the Demon's not undefeated anymore because he lost to... Whoa, is it?
I don't know.
Is the Demon undefeated? Because he lost to Joe on a house show. He wasn't the Demon at that point. I could probably do some research and check real quick, but I'm not gonna. He lost to a rematch with Joe as well, I believe. I'm not sure if that was on a pay-per-view or not. Yeah, it was. It was a steel cage match, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
And he lost. So the Demon is not undefeated anymore.
That's only to Joe.
He's only lost one match. Yeah, it's only to Joe, not Bray Wyatt. Joe's the better chubby guy, so he's not losing to Wyatt, hope.
He's
on
the
main
best
roster,
chubby guy.
Yeah, he is. He is. Yes. Well, Kevin Owens. They're tied, I think. They're better in different ways.
Yeah.
Because, man, Joe is so more intense. Joe is the most intense person on the roster, I think. Including Lesnar. Especially with Lesnar.
Yeah.
Lesnar isn't too intense, I think, because all he has is looks. He doesn't really talk very much, and when he does, it's just curse words. Or WWE's like, please stop talking. But Joe, he gets fired up, or at least it seems like he does very quickly, and it's really fun to watch,
It's amazing.
especially with Lesnar because he fires Lesnar up too. So it's just like this heat battle. Um, so I really hope their match will be happening at SummerSlam, but we'll find out in a little while, and or maybe we won't, because everyone loves open endings, right?
Yeah.
To a promised closed ending. Um, okay, we'll move on here. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sasha Banks. Okay, I already discussed that. So next up we have Kurt Angle. Discussing his special announcement. Now you've seen this, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so Angle came out and he said that during his college years, way before any of this stuff, he had a girlfriend they were dating, and unbeknownst to him, he got her pregnant. And he got her pregnant like right when the relationship ended. And then 9 months later, she had a baby, and she put him up for a closed adoption. He never knew about it. So recently, it was discovered that he had a baby son. He was bragging about this son's sports accomplishments, 3 sports all at once in high school, a lot of wrestling, and he brought him out. He said, here's my son, and it was American Alpha's Jason Jordan.
I really didn't expect this at all.
I didn't know what to expect. I heard some rumors that it could be like a son reveal, like Vince McMahon had with Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's no way that's happening. That's not gonna happen. And then I heard it could also be like a cheating scandal or something. I was like, that's probably not gonna happen either. But it was the son thing, and it was Jason Jordan, and I have no complaints.
I don't either.
I like it a lot. But I think the biggest takeaway from this is that he said the newest member of Raw.
Should we get Chad Gable on SmackDown?
Apparently, American Alpha is split up. And I know I said a few weeks ago that I wanted them to split up because Chad Gable is an absolute star on his own.
Yeah.
But it is a little sad that it happened out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it because as long as Chad Gable gets a push, I have no complaints. Chad Gable deserves the world. He is so good.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
And
I thought it would be Gable if it was a son. But Jason Jordan's, I'm fine with that. I like Jason Jordan a lot. And to think about it, Gable doesn't need anyone else. Jordan does. Jason Jordan doesn't really have anything going. He's a great wrestler, and he's fine on the microphone, but he doesn't really have a character. He's just Jason Jordan. He's a wrestler. That's it.
he's just a part of American Alpha.
Yeah, exactly. But Chad Gable is Chad Gable. He's got his character figure out. Ready, willing, Gable, all that good stuff. Jason Jordan still has to find that. So, with Kurt Angle, I think he can do that way easier and smoother. But I'm going to miss American Alpha, I think. If there was a time to split them up, it's now. Because they were doing nothing. They should have been doing a lot.
Something.
Yeah.
They should have had the tag belts instead of the Usos.
Yeah, but they did get them once.
Yeah.
Even though it was very out of nowhere and there was no build-up to it. So it didn't really mean anything. And it's just another sad example of the main roster absolutely ruining NXT prospect, if you will. That was pretty good. Alright, we're going to move on. We have Akira Tozawa versus Arya Daivari. Backstage, Daivari kind of just trash-talked Tozawa a little bit, and that led to this match.
And was on about some honor stuff.
Yeah, about this Olympian he was honoring. I don't know that guy's name. I didn't write it down. I didn't care.
I didn't. I couldn't even pronounce it.
It was from 2016, so I guess it's... I don't know why he's honoring him now. But regardless, Daivari, the entire match, targets Tozawa's hurt arm because Neville kind of hurt it last week in their match. Which led to Titus O'Neil jumping on the apron and calling for a referee stoppage, which the referee did. Titus is his manager, so I think the rule.
I thought he was just screaming.
Oh yeah, me too. Until he was like this when he did his little like when the refs are like no, don't, they cross their arms and kind of swing them out. I was like, oh, is he calling for a stoppage? And then the ref did it. I think the rules do say that you can do that. I know it's pro wrestling, so the rules are whatever you want,
Yeah,
but there's consistency to that, and I'm pretty sure that's a thing you can do.
it is in
Throw
boxing.
throw in the towel. Yeah, I know. And Cody Rhodes was trying to do it in Kenny Omega versus Okada. He had a white towel. He was gonna throw it in the ring, but the entire Bullet Club had to stop him. Um. Anyway, Tozawa walks off very angrily, yelling at Titus. Basically, he said, "I quit," um, which I assume meant the Titus brand. But later on, we get a little backstage segment where Titus is sitting down with Akira Tozawa backstage. Tozawa with an ice pack on his arm, and Titus O'Neil said the only reason he had that referee stoppage because he knows Tozawa would never quit. He just did that so that way it could protect him from further injury. But Tozawa didn't care, and he said he wanted a match with Daivari the next night on 205 Live. He's probably getting it, I assume. I don't know what's going on that show.
I hope he gets it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I don't see why he wouldn't. He's probably going to win too. But there's a while till SummerSlam still. So if they're going to play the injury storyline, it probably won't last very long. I think there's another 4 months after. I mean, not 4 months, 4 weeks after 3 or 4 weeks after Battleground till SummerSlam. So Raw has a long time to go.
Yeah,
So I'm sure he'll be fine by then. It's kayfabe injury anyway, so. Um, that was the only cruiserweight segment we had this week. No, it wasn't. We had the tag match. That's right.
yeah. Which
Neville wasn't on the show.
I'm fine with that though.
Me too. Neville's amazing. He doesn't need to be on every week. Got to give some other people time. Next we have the Hardy Boys versus the Revival, which I
expected the Hardy Boys to be out.
yeah, me too. I was hoping they would be, because they really got roughed up last week. And if there's any time to be like, okay, these guys are hurt, they can't wrestle this week, that would be the time.
Yeah.
But I think this is a Revival's first return match since they're coming back from injury, from I think Dash's injury. As soon as the Revival starts to enter the ring, the Hardys were already there. They had entered before. They attack Dash and Dawson, and they kind of just start brawling all around until the match gets officially started. And the Revival ends up winning thanks to some referee distraction and a little bit of dirty work, pushing the Hardys down, pulling them up and stuff.
I liked the little interview backstage they had before the match.
I didn't see that.
They had like a little interview, the Revival,
Okay.
asking why they attacked the Hardys last week, and they're like, because, I mean, we're against the flippy crap.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
who's the more flippy crap in WWE but the Hardys?
Yeah.
So, I like that.
What is it? Just fists, no flips?
Yeah.
That's what their little tagline is. Yeah. Yeah, I like the Revival. They're so good. I used to not like them, but I'll admit where I'm wrong. They are great. They really are just really good. You want to move on to the main event?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the main event.
Well, okay. Well, real quick before we do that, are the Hardys not going to break now? I guess that's not happening.
Maybe it'll just happen out of nowhere.
I don't want that to. I thought last week was the perfect time. I know that you can't just do it whenever you want because there's the whole legal situation, but
I think they already came to an agreement.
Do you?
I think.
I feel like if they would have brought it in immediately, right? Because that's like the most over gimmick in wrestling.
Yeah, but we may have to give it some build into it.
I'm sorry, long-term building? WWE doesn't do that, Gavin. WWE, they only do short-term with part-timers. Duh. Get it straight, okay? You need to learn.
Sir.
Yeah.
There is such thing as change.
I'm sorry, Roman Reigns has main evented 3 WrestleManias.
Okay.
There's no change in WWE until someone dies or gets fired. You want to move on? That's a little dark. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, the main event, speaking of Roman Reigns, is the last week promised main event for Samoa Joe and the will face Lesnar at SummerSlam, but that doesn't happen because Strowman enters a good portion way through the match, around the 3-hour mark. And
You mean 3 hours in the entire show?
yes.
Okay, just making sure.
What did you think I meant?
I don't know.
Of the match, the 3-hour long match.
I thought it was a mess up on your part.
No, I'm not completely smooth, but sometimes you gotta give me props, okay? So Strowman enters the ring, kind of pulls Joe out. There's through all of this, keep in mind there's no ringing of the bell to stop the match. There was no declared. I guess it just counts as no contest. The ref just kind of left and ran and sat down in the chair by the. Did you see the ref just run and sit down by the chair by the timekeeper?
If anyone were to went, it would have been Joe.
Yeah, because he got pulled out immediately. Right.
So if it's probably gonna be a rematch next week, triple threat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, hang on. Let's get through it first. So Strowman pulls Joe off the apron because Joe was by the apron. They were both down. Joe and Reigns goes in the ring, attacks Reigns a bit, ends up getting on the outside where he attacks Joe, goes back in the ring, beats on Reigns, and then Joe comes back, and then Joe and Reigns kind of start to jump Braun Strowman together, ish. But they can't do it. Strowman delivers 2 power slams to each of them. Not 2 each, just 1 to each one. And Strowman just kind of leaves after that.
Strowman is incredible.
Strowman's great. He was getting huge pops. Strowman's the best babyface.
Also, I didn't mention this earlier,
but
when Seth and Rollins were in the ring.
Seth and Rollins?
Seth and Ambrose.
Were
in the. Did you notice how everyone was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up too.
I thought about it. Finally cheering for Roman.
I thought about it during the Sasha Banks thing, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to get off track. But we're not really going off track with Roman Reigns. He's in this segment, so it counts. That's the first time I've heard them chant for Roman Reigns in like 4 years. Okay, the first time I've heard not children and only women chanting for him.
It was just everyone.
It was everyone. Everyone was like, please, Roman Reigns, come out here and actually do something we like. WWE should not put Roman Reigns in the main event of SummerSlam. They should do a Shield reunion. If Roman Reigns, if you really, apparently they do, really want Roman Reigns to be the top of everything, you need to have everyone like him. If you're gonna shove him down our throats, you need to make sure we like him first, which we did.
With the Shield.
And it's really, I think it's probably impossible for you to shove someone down our throats for a long time and have us like them the entire time. But I think for a little while, we can be like, this is good. I like this. But you gotta kind of trick us. I think the way to do that is to put them in the Shield. Everyone will start liking them again, presumably, if they're booked properly. And Rollins is still the lead mic, or Ambrose. Mostly Rollins. I think Ambrose should be still the side kind of quip guy. He gives a little one-liners every now and then. And Roman Reigns should just be like the final guy that's like, I'm gonna kill you, kind of deal, you know. And if they do that, I think people will start cheering him. I'll get back on board with them. And then when you dismantle them again, maybe they just go their separate ways. Or you can turn Roman heel, which, I mean, at this point, if you're gonna do it, don't do it with the Shield. Do it now.
Yeah.
But
and you either put Roman with the Shield or make him a bad guy.
Yeah. But if you want people to like him, put him back with the Shield. When you take the Shield apart, they might still cheer him. Presumably, hopefully, if you do it right. And maybe you can have, finally, a likable Roman Reigns. Hopefully. In theory.
May not happen, but
probably won't.
There's a little.
Well, my thought process is if you give us long enough to cheer Roman Reigns, we'll forget that we hated him.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Are we gonna need like 400 years?
Yeah. Look, yeah, we're gonna need a while. We're gonna need an immortal Roman Reigns and some little some cryogenic chambers for us. But we're gonna get there.
We'll get eventually.
Maybe some little Men in Black memory eraser things. Roman Reigns was never world champion. He never main evented 3 WrestleManias and retired The Undertaker. Anyway, So next week, like you said, you brought this up earlier. Reigns, Joe, and Strowman will probably happen in a triple threat for the number one contenders match.
Or Kurt Angle will just be like, Joe won.
Yeah, but I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
It would be dumb. But that's who I want to win. I just don't want Roman Reigns to fight Lesnar again. I don't think, honestly, anyone does. If the people backstage, Vince McMahon included, watch Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe on screen together, and don't think, oh my God, this is a main event any night.
They're dumb.
They're stupid. Yes, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're so great together.
If you have Joe and Lesnar and Roman fight each other at SummerSlam, I want it to just be like the Cena Lesnar match a couple years ago at SummerSlam.
Yeah, do that.
Just have Lesnar destroy Roman.
Yeah, and then Roman can turn heel.
There you go.
Because he's so angry at just everything. I tried to kill that guy and then I got beat up at SummerSlam. My life sucks. I should be in jail. I tried to kill
Braun and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh man, Roman Reigns has got a thing going on with him.
It's not a good thing.
No, it isn't. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. Except the fact that John Cena is apparently not a free agent.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Is he going to ever be on Raw?
I doubt it.
Oh, well, no, apparently I did hear he was on a Raw house show. So,
that doesn't count.
It can't. Well, no, because Styles and Owens were also on that Raw house show when Styles won the U.S. title. I wouldn't really count that either then. Yeah, sure. Cena's not a free agent. He decided he's going to stay on SmackDown. He's got a rivalry with Rusev.
I still don't like flag matches. It's basically just a dumbed up version of Capture the Flag.
Well, Sunday, you might have your mind changed by Rusev.
It's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
I just don't like flag matches because it's... I mean,
it's a dumb concept. Have you watched... This isn't really related to Raw or anything, but it's WWE. Have you watched Southpaw Regional Wrestling yet?
No.
Okay, you need to watch that. They're working up season 2, and it's incredible. It's so hilarious. It's only like 4 6-minute videos, but you have Finn Balor as Chet Cheddarfield. He's a commentator. It's a lost footage or found footage kind of deal from the found a VHS tape from the 80s of an old company called Southpaw Regional Wrestling. John Cena is, I don't remember his name. He's also the commentator with Fandango.
Fandango?
Yeah.
You said, never mind.
His name's Chet Cheddarfield.
Okay, I got a little confused on people's.
Okay. Well, Tyler Breeze is in it as well. He's the banker. Heath Slater is in it as Wesley. Luke Gallows is Tex Ferguson. And the Ascension are the Surfers. I forget what their entire name is, but it's incredible. It's just hilarious. And there's no wrestling in it. It's just backstage stuff like interviews. Chris Jericho's the interviewer. And promos and stuff like that. It's amazing. I would love to see an actual match with these characters in it. Oh, and Rusev's also Big Bartholomew. He's an American farmer. Which is hilarious by itself. I don't think I need to say much more.
That just sounds incredible.
Yeah, he's the funniest character in the entire show. It's so amazing. I
could just imagine Rusev talking with like that thick country accent.
Yeah. I'll show it to you after this if you want. We can watch it. It's only like 20 minutes in total. But if you haven't seen it and you're listening, go watch it, please, because it's amazing. But I think I'm ready to close out. What about you? You done?
I'm good.
All right. So you can follow CarAlarm on Twitter at the CarAlarm Podcast.
And you can also follow us on Facebook. You type in the search bar @ CarAlarm and you can find our page, like, follow, all that stuff.
We are CarAlarm.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.